Good morning. My name is Adrian, and I am happy to present to you my journey as a peer mediator. As I prepare for my departure from the peer mediation program and enter a new chapter of my life, I'd like to take this opportunity to reflect upon my growth journey and make a promise and commitment to myself to continue to work towards becoming a healthy version of the person I was prior to entering the peer mediation program. Before enrolling in the peer mediation program, I had a lot of unhealthy habits. Some of these unhealthy habits I had prior to joining peer mediation was the harmful actions I would take to deal with stress, my lack of self-love creating harsh judgment on myself, and comparing my appearance and lifestyle to others, lowering my self-esteem. From a young age, I've struggled with my standards of beauty and self-worth and would constantly make harmful comparisons to others that was toxic towards my own mental health. The first assignment that helped me break some of these unhealthy habits was the hand of mental health. This assignment helped me realize the parts of my own health I had been neglecting and taking a toll on me without noticing it. The two aspects that stood out to me was the poor eating habits I had developed and the effect a lack of exercise can have on me. The class activity that also helped me work on these unhealthy thoughts and behaviors was Berta and Nadia's Each One Teach One. For their Each One Teach One, we wrote negative statements about ourselves on a mirror and then we smashed it with a hammer to signify breaking the importance these thoughts have on us. I was able to notice what type of negative thoughts I have thought about myself and what I could do to fix them. This assignment that helped me grow towards a better lifestyle and became the inspiration for my One Small Thing was the 14 Days of Self-Love Challenge. This challenge inspired me because it showed me how positive and beneficial it can be to nurture and care for yourself in different ways. An additional example that I would like to share as a demonstration of my growth would be my One Small Thing project. The area of growth I decided to focus on was my self-love and my self-confidence. I knew I needed healthier ways to deal with stress in my life without damaging my body both physically and mentally. The skills I needed to help with this challenge was my self-discipline and my ability to step out of my comfort zone. The first step I took towards self-confidence was to remove something that I was too comfortable with so I could focus more on growing love for myself in different ways and putting myself in an uncomfortable position for growth. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this an 8 for how challenging it was to make certain lifestyle changes that required me to have a lot of discipline and becoming comfortable being uncomfortable. The first drastic change I made in my lifestyle was to quit smoking in order to remove one of the unhealthy habits I had to cope with stress. Smoking had only given me a temporary band-aid that had to soon be ripped off if I properly wanted to grow and care for myself in a more loving way. I then worked to try and repair some of the damage I had done to my body by exercising in different ways like going on runs and working out in the gym. The next change I made in my life was writing positive messages on my mirror that I can see when I wake up to motivate me to keep going. It allowed me to see positive statements made to myself for a change and be encouraging to myself unlike how I had been before. The last change I made more recently to my life was something that I was uncomfortable doing before because I didn't think it would actually help. I started journaling in a private setting to air out the issues that I'd been bottling up and was affecting my overall mood. After journaling more often, I plan to keep this as a habit, as an outlet for reducing my stress. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think the success of my process towards self-love was a 9 because I noticed how much better I felt about myself and the choices I was making for my own health. My enrollment in the class these past 2 years has given me the opportunity to learn the importance of and how to cultivate my personal wellness. I discovered that threats to my wellness include my own self-doubt, the fear of failing, and being afraid of being uncomfortable. In order to protect myself from these threats and to maintain my personal wellness beyond my enrollment in the peer mediation program is to learn to take the healing and self-improvement process slow because your body is like a car and obstacles are like a speed bump, so going fast will damage you more than you are improving. I will continue to put myself in positions of growth rather than continue to stay in a space I am too comfortable in. Finally, I will choose to forgive myself for the negative thoughts and statements I have made about myself. If I ever get stuck or fall off track, I'll remember that there will be ups and downs along the way, but the goal is to keep pushing and be sure to reach out to friends and family for help and support. In closing, I'd like to say to myself that I am proud of the self-improvement I have made this year and the way I've been able to benefit both myself and others in this program. I will take these skills outside of the classroom and into the real world and use the resources I've been given to be the person I want to be. The parting words that I would like to share with Ms. Rodriguez and say to my classmates is that I am extremely grateful for this class and an opportunity to become a better version of myself along my classmates, and I'm proud of all the people you guys have grown to become. Love you always, Adrian Robledo.